Well, we've kicked off on time. Would you look at that? Well, it's just gone. It's just gone 1 minute past, but there you go. Hello and welcome to the DC UK podcast. This is season 4 and it's episode 15, 14?
I think
15.
15. Yes, 15. Yeah, it is 15. And as always, I'm your host, James Graham, and I need to get rid of that ticker thing going on the bottom there. There we go. Let's pop that one on there. Alongside me, up to the top left, it's Daniel Wise. Welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
You know that meme that has the mother and her children in the pool? And you got the mother, kind of doting on the one child who, she's about to lift him or, kind of bring him into the water very gently, very softly. And then you've got the kid in the foreground who is barely keeping his head above water. The mother and child is my external state. You can take a look at me and be like, yeah, he's doing all right. He's having a good time.
Yeah.
And then the kid, barely making it. That's me internally. That's where I'm at. I've had to deal with a family member ending up in the hospital for the second time in a month. My wife and I listing our house, several rounds of job interviews, and then work on top of that. And the heart attack that was last weekend's DC United match. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a busy one.
It's insane.
Insane. Fair. And then alongside, down at the bottom there, it's Tom. And again, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm good. I guess we're going with the theme of memes describing our life. So I will go with a different variety, not water this time, but I feel like that meme that cartoon where he's sitting at the table and everything around him is on fire. Mm-hmm. And he's just saying, "This is fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
This is fine."
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling. It's busy season at work, last quarter of the fiscal year, so it's a big one. So the fact that DC United actually won a game, we won a game. And what a game! But yeah, so I'm good. I'm happy to actually have something positive to talk about for once. So let's get going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say that exact same meme for me. It's fine. I mean, right now I look okay, but everything else is just like, yay.
We're hanging in there.
Yeah. I mean, I've taken some time off work, but hey ho, it happens. That's another story. So as always, we'll start off with a bit of Guest DC Who, followed up with a bit of news and some talking points, because there's been a couple, especially from today. I want to say, there's been a major one, but we'll head on to that. We'll review that game against Orlando, followed by the preview of tonight's fixture. If you are joining us live, please do hit us up in the chat. We want to hear score predictions. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to get your questions in, so come and join us. And then we'll answer some of the fan questions which we've had sent in. And that will wrap things up, which will hopefully lead us into the Philly game later on. So, should we kick off with Guest DC Who?
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just going to bring the dude up on screen there. There he is. Hopefully, you can get this one. If you don't get this one, I won't be angry. I'll just be majorly disappointed. And that's how I'm going to go with this. So this player is a current player. So, I mean, you should really be getting this one. He was born in Pennsylvania.
Is that Russell Canoes?
Fuck!
That's exactly where I was going too.
I just
was way too easy.
And I was like, that's Canoes.
Yeah.
Excuse my French there. I will need to beep that out in the audio edit. I mean, it's 5 minutes in.
Yep.
We did it.
And you've already got it. God damn it.
That was nice. Good job, Tom.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we won't reveal the answer later on in the episode because Tom's already got it.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. You're not supposed to guess now. Right. Anyway, let's move on to some news then, shall we?
Just absolutely butchered that. Sorry.
Yeah. That's that section ruined for the rest of the season. Anyway, news. So we've got it going along the ticker, but I will bring the points up as we go through. So first things first. Griffin now, he's completed his move to KVC Westerlo in Belgium. On the last episode, this was reported to be close to completion. It's been a couple of weeks since the last episode, and it is finally gone through this. Was it this week? Or was it the game before? Just before the previous game against Orlando, but reported for what in my eyes is a measly $100,000 fee. I thought we could have got maybe 250, 300,000. That would have been reasonable in my eyes. But we do have a 35% selling clause plus performance-related bonuses, which nobody knows what they are. But Daniel, what did you make of this transfer fee?
So look, I get that everyone gets excited about, sort of like the youngsters, especially the ones who are able to make impacts as starters with DC United. Other than sort of the initial years that he was starting to see a little bit of starting time or playing time, sort of with the senior squad. I guess my flame on him has gone down a little bit. Like, I don't know. I like the kid. I think he's made good contributions to DC United, but does he stand out the way that Kevin Paredes did? Is he at that hype level? I don't know. I am not the guy, or I am not a guy who sets or determines, transfer rates and all of that. That's a math that it's a fugazi, and it doesn't mean anything. I'm glad we get a little bit of money for it. I'm glad, there's potential for more down the line. But no, I would say that's about right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I think Daniel summed it up pretty well. I wasn't like overly like, he's the next best thing to sliced bread. If this was a Twilight Saga, I was definitely Team Paredes. I'm wearing his jersey right now. Like, what can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is good for the kid. He'll get out to go get some experience in Europe. So yeah, I mean, good for him. The fee was a bit low, but at least we got that 35% sell-on clause.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm just looking at the transfer market website, and its current market value is £450,000. So probably looking at around about $500,000. When you look at it potentially with those performance-related bonuses, the sell-on clause, you might actually be close to $500,000 in that aspect. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's just me. I'd prefer to have more upfronts rather than having to rely on those kind of bonuses and potential sell-on clause, which might not happen if he just doesn't actually get sold. Then you're running a bit of a risk, but it's a good opportunity for the lads, and really hope he does well over in Belgium and the Jupiler League, because we do have someone in DCUK who is in Belgium, Emma, and hopefully she gets to go and see him play live, because that'd be very cool.
That would be
indeed. Cool. Next up, after that game on Monday evening, Taxi is now joint top of goals, assists in the first 10 MLS appearances in MLS history. Now that is flipping good, to say the least. He's just been such a breath of fresh air since he's arrived. And where does he go from here, Tom? How far can he go?
I mean, it's crazy how well he's doing, and how, in light of how bad DC has been this season. I mean, it's been an absolute like disaster, but he is that one shining light that, I'm very, very, much enjoying and seeing where he's going to go. Could be a MVP candidate for the season. Who knows? Could be get to the top of the Golden Boot race. We'll just see how long this goes on. We got to remember last season that Ola Kamara was going off, and then he had a big gap where nothing was really happening. So we'll have to see how long this can keep going. Hey, maybe tonight he'll keep it going. So we'll see.
Fingers crossed. Daniel, 9 goals, 3 assists from him so far. Is there anything actually missing from his game right now?
No, he brings just a lot of zest to an attack that's had none of that up until he came. So yeah, smart pickup. Especially with kind of like the early transfer for him. That was really kind of like a lifesaver for a season that definitely had been starting on a terrible downturn. He's a guy that the only problem I have is like Tom said with Kamara and how severely he dropped off. It is tough to put one player in that role or to expect that. I think he's a guy that can rise to the occasion every single week. But it all depends on, can they catch a wave and maybe get some good results going. I will say, it's been a short time, but he's maintained a level of intensity and I want to say joy that I think would be tough to have, kind of going into a situation where he barely unpacked his bags before Losada was gone.
Yeah.
And that's a tough situation to go into, and especially you're like, but I think that speaks to kind of the professionalism he has and just his competitive nature. So hopefully it maintains. I know it was kind of like there were some rumbles before he came saying that, he might not have the best attitude, but he seems to be hitting a good stride and maintaining a level of professionalism that is necessary and should be good. Golden Boot, I don't know, but I think definitely he's MVP quality at this point.
Yeah, you talk about his professionalism and his attitude, and you just see him whenever we see anything on socials. It's always happy, smiley.
Yeah,
everything looks great. I genuinely can't see where this bad attitude's come from. It's just don't know where it is. The other thing I wanted to mention as well is he was in the pre-match press conference yesterday, and Jason Anderson asked him about, obviously he's come over from Europe where that it's the autumn, winter, spring season. So he's come from having that kind of season where he's not had a break yet, and you've had players in Europe who've come from having a break and now just going back into preseason. Well, we are in England anyway, and he's not had that break yet. He's still going, and he was asked how is this working out for you, and he mentioned about the level, the staff quality that we have now at DC United and how great they are, and I think that speaks volumes considering where we were 12, 18 months ago, where we had that huge long list of injuries, to now where we are, where we can bring someone in who's played the majority of a season in Europe and he's still continuing and he's still banging in the goals, he's getting in the assistant, and he's being one of the top players in MLS right now. That's absolutely fantastic. And just going on from that, the MLS did a mid-season review post on their website, and they've gone through the Scanning Standard. Was the Landon Donovan MVP award, defender, goalkeeper, and all that jazz. And as it stands right now, Taxi would be a newcomer of the year. Not quite MVP, but newcomer of the year.
It's a really weird award.
It's a straight, yeah, it is. I mean, newcomer.
Or is this the Gareth Bale award?
Like, what are we talking about?
How has he already got his visa? He's going to be playing tonight against LA Galaxy.
Here's the thing.
Money.
When you're rich, rules do not apply.
Yes.
When you got Gareth Bale money, when you got those FIFA bucks, you
Right, are we talking
operate
about
in
Sepp
a
Blatter now?
completely cleared of all fraud. But and
Yeah,
that tells you it is a different society up there. So yeah, no, visas don't apply. When you come to MLS and the media and the league itself has rolled out the red carpet for you. Look how bitter I sound now that he's not coming to DC.
I'm loving it though. I'm so here for it.
But I think that is essentially MLS. They're just like, yes, we're gonna give you your stars. You're gonna get your plaudits. We're just gonna shower you with love and compliments, and please talk nice about us. Please bring some of your friends over. Like, yes, we would love this. We got some Apple bucks. We're legit now. God, I am sounding terrible. Anyways,
bitter as AF right now.
But let me just say, Taxi, if he keeps this up, I mean, I think that's going to show that he was truly just a brilliant pickup.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, Tom, what the heck are you drinking?
It's lemonade.
Ah, fair. Cloudy lemonade. Can't argue with that.
It's just really sugary.
H2O.
Yeah. I've been drinking water all day. I felt like having something nice and sweet.
To be fair, before that, strong cup of coffee.
I quit having coffee.
I've had a couple of beers already tonight.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you're gonna have
something to keep me going.
Yeah, right.
So what?
I quit drinking coffee like 4 months ago.
Oh wow!
The first like 2 weeks was terrible.
It's horrendous. I've done it before. And
terrible.
Did you get major headaches and?
Yeah, I felt like absolute death. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't sleep. And now I sleep great.
Yeah.
I feel fantastic.
Yeah. I've recently spent like 100 and odd quid on a coffee machine, so I probably shouldn't give it up.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, more news. Just a quick point on this one, because I want to talk about it later because somebody's asked us about this, but RFK Stadium was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a bit of a shock. Well, not really.
No.
It's ruins.
Good Lord.
I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm surprised they haven't knocked it down yet.
There is reasons behind it, but yeah, it needs to be knocked down sooner rather than later.
I went to the last DC United game in that stadium, and it was just like a wonderful farewell of.
Was that the Legends game?
No,
it was it the actual last proper game?
It was. I think we were playing Philly, and we got absolutely smacked. It was really fitting. I think we lost 4-0, and I was like, "This is how it should go. This is how we should leave the stadium."
Oh dear!
Terrible place. Oh man.
I wish I was able to go and visit it though.
No, you're lucky.
I wanted to see it. I wanted to be part of those bouncing stands.
I will say that the tailgates in the parking lot were always fantastic. Those are always really fun because they were more like American football, back of the pickup trucks and all. So those are great if you were just playing ball in the parking lot. Yeah, that part I definitely miss.
Yeah, that's a shame.
It was right there too because Screaming Eagles were great. I loved hanging out with them at the new spot, but boy, that's a trek to and from the stadium over there. But oh man, so many good memories at RFK, and honestly, that's the best send off for that place. Is just a fire from the bowels, the pit.
It really was from the pit.
Diablo himself just rising from the earth,
Someone tweeted that the black smoke is a sign that they've chosen a new raccoon king. I was like, that's spot on.
It's no longer Olsen's furry army.
Yeah.
My favorite was it was Tom Bogert who tweeted that he had a whole kind of story of it, or had a bunch of videos and stuff like that. But he's pretty sure that it was a combination of the deadly chemicals and old Freddie Adu marketing materials mixing and then going up in flames. And he claimed that those are real things that have been in RFK like to this day. So that would not surprise me.
That's brutal.
That's
funny, but that's brutal.
But he's like, just leave me alone, man.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's when it's that easy.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, bit of news about tonight. Tonight's fixture. Oh, let's get that back up on screen. There's not been any news whether Martin Rodriguez has got his visa. So who knows whether he's going to be playing tonight. Gareth Bale's got his visa to play tonight against Galaxy, but yeah.
Money, money, money.
It must be funny. And let's not sing anymore because we might get sued. But yes, that is bizarre. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, we'll see. Lineups come out in a little over an hour, I think.
It will. Yeah.
Is this a 30 game?
It's half 10 my half 12 my time, half 7 you guys, or half 6 for Daniel.
So about an hour and 8 minutes, we should know.
Yeah, mind you saying that, I've noticed the away fixtures generally will get the lineups out half an hour before kickoff.
Half an hour.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not happy. I don't like that, but we'll see.
I'd like to have an hour to just like judge it.
Yeah, you've got to digest it, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. And then do the mental like, where is everyone? And yeah,
I will give DC and the social admin team their due. They do put it in formation order.
Yeah, I do like that.
You get a lot of teams like NYCFC and the Red Bulls and New England, who will, all the teams beginning with N. They will put it in number order.
Yeah,
Yep.
I hate that. Absolutely hate it. Why put it in number order? What are you trying to hide? Because you're going to find out what the formation is anyway. Just stick it in formation order. Make life easy for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but DC's one of the good ones.
Thank you, DC. And then I think the big talking point, I think we're all really eager to talk about Tom Smiling, Rooney. Oh, he could be coming back if we believe the Daily Mail. Now, you guys that mean absolutely Jack SHIT. But the Daily Mail is a horrendous newspaper. They are very clickbaity. They sensationalize everything. But man, I would love this to happen. I'm bought in.
I would love it. I mean, now that it seems that Everton are going to stick with Frank, don't know why. Don't know why you would do that.
For us?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't want to thank Frank Lampard for anything, but but yeah,
what did he do for England?
Yeah, exactly. The glory team. I still have that poster hidden somewhere where it's just like the glory team that did absolutely blank all.
Just quickly before we just on that. So there was a little interview on BT Sport with Gerrard, Lampard, and Rio Ferdinand. So a few of the golden generation team, and they absolutely slagged off the England managers.
Yeah,
because they were like, "Yeah, we know we were great." They were like, "Yes, there's things we could have done better, but the managers didn't know how to get the best out of us, and they did not play the way we should have been playing."
They had that Swedish guy,
Sven Goran Eriksson.
I'm thinking of Italian, I guess.
Fabio Capello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had Steve McManaman.
Steve McLaren,
who is now,
Middlesbrough legend, won his Ironic trophy.
I think he's the assistant coach at Man U now.
He's back there. Is he back there?
I think so.
Steve McLaren's back at Man United. Flip a neck.
I'm very sure.
Steve McLaren, here we go. He's currently assistant coach at Man United. Wow. He's the guy who put on the worst Dutch accent when he took over FC20.
Fantastic.
He's like, my name is
Well,
Steve McLaren.
He's going to be learning under. He's going to be learning it a lot better under Ten Hag. So
Yeah. I
everything's
would
on
love to
fire,
see that
everything's
first
fine.
conversation between them two. If Steve tries to do his Dutch.
Yeah.
You need to go and watch that clip on YouTube because it is hilarious. I'll send it to you.
But yeah, that England team was fantastically disappointing.
Yeah.
None of this means anything to me because England has never mattered. This is pre-World Cup, Dan. This is pre-World Cup, Dan. Imagine where this goes when the show starts. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna be
the season will be over. The podcast won't be on.
I'll still be in the chat. I'm still going to be in the chat. I'm going to be laying it on thick.
Is that
we just had July 4th, and I actually missed July 4th because of the hospital situation. So this is where I get it in. This is my 4th of July up until the World Cup. Up until November, it's 4th of July. So get ready for it.
Oh, wow. Anyway, Rooney, back to DC.
You might not want to come now. I mean,
he's just heard Daniel go on about 4th of July. He's like, nah, I'll stay away.
We'll have to see if Pauline lets him go. Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, she did not like it here.
But was that because of the
she was
Rebecca Vardy situation?
No, so a lot of it had to do with the fact that they didn't know anyone here. Rudy got into some of his antics that he likes to do.
What you mean? You mean he spoke with a few of the older generation?
Sure.
Please tell me you know about that.
No.
Oh no! So back in the day, back in his youth, so this is going back quite a few years, he was known for getting involved with grandmothers.
Oh, fun. Well, maybe that's the secret.
The secret to successful football.
There was that situation in Vancouver. Was it Vancouver? With him and
you're talking about I think that was Montreal, that one, I think.
Montreal, yeah, man.
Yeah, a couple of those.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he arrived? He got arrested at Dulles.
Was it when he arrived, or was that later down the line? I want to say it was a little bit later. It wasn't like when he came to America. He got arrested.
He tried to go through a an emergency exit.
Yep. Drunk like a skunk. And then I believe the official charge was improper language, or like he was
speaking broken. So I've just brought up an article on The Guardian. So respectable. The former England captain Wayne Rooney was speaking broken English when he was arrested for public intoxication and swearing at Washington DC airport. So this was in December 2018.
Okay,
was when he was arrested.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you speak inferior English in America. Still on it.
Still July 4th.
Wow. I mean, he's Scouse. He's got an excuse.
Yeah, he is Scouse. Yeah. He's technically not English. He's Scouse.
He's Scouse. They're a protected breed.
Yeah. They're not my favorites, but,
I mean, do you know how much he was fined?
How much?
$25.
$100,000. $50?
$25?
Yeah. Ha!
Wayne Rooney paid a $25 fine plus $91 costs after his arrest at Dulles Airport.
That's laughable. I would have been they clearly didn't
probably sneeze that.
Yeah.
They didn't know who he was, because if it was me, I would have been like $50,000 minimum. Like, you have money. Gonna get some new roads in here, boys.
Really could have took him to the cleaners. Gooner Boy just says, taxi the goat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good night.
That's an early call, but he's doing great right now.
He's certainly goat at the moment.
Also, can I just point out how stupid it is that we played on Monday and we're playing on Friday?
Yes, you can point out how stupid it is.
That's so stupid. I mean, what is the point?
It's like rivalry week.
Philadelphia?
Yeah. Come on.
She's like,
LAFC playing LA Galaxy. It's a rivalry week.
It's not rival.
It's officially rivalry week.
I love how that little tinge of your English came out there, Tom. It's so stupid.
Stupid.
I
mean, it is properly stupid. This.
I should keep it American. Stop it. Stop it.
Wow. I apologize for Tom if he's offended any Americans there.
Okay, what about the Brits? above me. It's an ultimate hater.
Come on. British audience accounts for about 10%.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Bloody Americans. Sorry, did I say that one?
This is wow. The rails are that way. We're going this way. I love it.
It's a Friday
first show
night.
Back.
It's a Friday night. What can you say? Yeah. You think I'd had a drink? I mean, I have, but right. Anyway, so Rooney back to DC. That's final thoughts on it. Daniel, do you want him back?
Absolutely. I very rarely scream in all caps on Twitter, and that got that out of me. It's so weird. Like as an Arsenal supporter, I have always loved Wayne Rooney. Like he's a guy I've always respected, and his time in DC was incredible. Just really awesome highlights, and to be able to see him like prowling the sidelines, Santa Rooney with his big bushy beard, I'm all for it. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it would be an amazing way to bring back some of the good days. I mean, they weren't fantastic days because obviously we didn't win anything, but we had a lot of joy. And imagine playing Orlando again with Wayne Rooney in charge, because every time he played Orlando, something magical happened.
His team talk would be, just hit it from halfway, just go for it.
Just give it a taxi. He'll drive it in.
Boost it.
Yep.
Right. Should we talk about Orlando then?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Let's have a little chit chat about the Orlando game. So, as always, I'll quickly run through the statistics from that game. So, we won 5-3. Possession surprised me quite a bit. Orlando had 72.6% to our 27.4%. Now that was a surprise. Let me just check what that. No, I didn't want that to come up on screen. Ignore me. And some good boys saying Rooney was crazy. He basically was a player coach when he was here. Performed miracles at Derby would be a dream, but I'm not so sure how much I trust the front office to do it.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. It's Derby time, guys. If like anyone listening, watching, if you are not aware of Rooney's time at Derby, please look it up because it is insane.
Yeah,
downright insane.
Just a kind of very brief overview. Some of the key things he's done is they started this last season on minus 21 points, almost, and it was right into the final game, almost got them out of the relegation zone and saved them staying in the championship, but unfortunately didn't quite make it there. He was in constant contact with the fans. He gave the leading fan group his actual mobile number so they can keep in constant contact if there was any issues. He was paying club staff. He ended up paying the wages
He's
of the
under-
players for the last month, which unfortunately has been investigated.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's not allowed to do that.
He also lost 9 senior players in the season and gave 18 players their professional debut.
It's just
Like, what? It's crazy.
Yeah. So if he can do that with a team that was in administration for the majority of the season, imagine what he could do with the team that isn't in administration and has still no money.
Yeah.
Whether or not that money is going to be allowed to be spent is another thing entirely.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just so captivated by it. It could be like the worst idea, but at the same time, I mean, he's won everything, and that's more than anything Lasada can say. So like, that would just be an automatic upgrade. I'm here for it.
I was going to say, he can't do worse than, no offense, Chad. He can't do worse than what Chad's putting out right now.
No.
While we do love Chad, it is just not happening. This man has no tactics.
No, not at all. Back to the statistics.
Yeah.
Orlando had 18 shots to our 9.
Cool.
They had 7 on target to our 6. There was 0 offsides in the game.
Never seen that.
Very rare for that to happen. They had 11 fouls to our 14. Kind of normal, really. And the expected goals, they were at 2.4 to our 1.5.
That is insane.
That's mad. But then when you look at the goals that we scored, you look at the fact that the taxi free kick goal, you had the Kamani Smith from quite a long range. The Roberta goal, that was didn't look like that would actually happen. So when you look at it from that aspect, yeah, it's actually 1.5 is not actually that far off, but fair play to us. We scored 5 goals. Things I want to note from that game, it's the last time we scored 5 goals or more in a game was last July when we beat Toronto 7-1 at home. But the last time we scored 5 away was 22 years ago.
Wow.
When we played Colorado Rapids back in May 2000 and we won 5-2.
Wow. All right.
I actually looked through all the away fixtures to find that nugget of information.
Yeah, that is pretty wild how far back that is.
But saying that, to actually score 5 away from home really does not happen that often. So the fact that it was that far back doesn't surprise me too much. But we've had a few 4-goal games. I think the one that sticks out in my mind was when we drew against Toronto 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know we've scored 4 against the Red Bulls away from home. I think Montreal was another one, and a couple of others as well. And just before, and back in earlier on in the 2009 and 99 and 98, we scored a couple of 5-goal games away from home as well. So yeah, hopefully we can get a few more of those. That'd be nice. Kamani Smith, as mentioned, scored his first ever MLS goal.
Yeah, that was refreshing for this entire season.
Yeah, nice to have someone else on the score sheet.
We tried really hard to lose that game. We tried really hard to lose that game.
You sound surprised.
We are easily the worst set piece team.
Yeah.
And maybe even the last decade. It is embarrassing watching us.
No. I will argue that one because under Ben Olsen, we were great at defending set pieces.
Yeah, I'm not saying like the past. I'm saying this team now. Is
all right, yeah.
And he's speaking of this decade as in the 2020s.
Okay, I'll allow that. Then.
Honestly, I mean,
I'm
yes,
defending him.
See, I'm not completely hateful towards English people. I'll just have you know that. I'm just, I call it as I see it.
Yeah.
I just speak the truth. That's such a backhanded.
That's a very backhanded compliment right there. Oh, but them's the
I'm so
breaks.
sorry. I'm so tired. I am just so tired after this week. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to carry on. Just gloss over Daniel's
Yeah.
cattiness. First win in after going 6 games without a win, and it brings our head-to-head record against Orlando to 7 wins, 1 draw, and 7 defeats. So very even. So Tom, you took notes on this one. I'm handing it over to you.
Oh, I did. That was the big point. Is we were the worst defensive team for set pieces. I mean, that was number one.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to talk about was the second taxi goal. Do you guys remember that?
Was that the tap-in?
Do you remember the ball he got from Jonathan Pines?
Jonathan Pines?
Yeah.
You mean Donovan Pines?
Donovan Pines. It's been a week. Anyway, so if you go back and watch that goal, he rockets it from like just outside our own box over the top to Taxi, and then Taxi gets the goal off that. I was so surprised it was him because I don't really rate him that much. But yeah, I had to eat my words on that one.
I'll have to rewatch that because I genuinely didn't notice that from the highlights.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's showing me, at least on One Football, that it was Estrada who served up that assist.
Yes, Estrada took it down the byline, and
okay.
Are you talking? Was that the first goal you're on about?
For the second one.
Yeah, that was the second one. The Estrada one.
So maybe it was the first one.
Could
have been, because that was Durkin.
That was the Skundrich Durkin one.
I literally wrote this while watching.
Yeah, Skundrich. For the first one, it was Skundrich who passed it to Durkin. Durkin then could have backed to Taxi, who then was free.
Maybe it was the ball.
The ball over to Estrada, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it was Estrada.
Okay.
I'm gonna look.
Which you gotta say, I mean, which yeah, I believe it, and yeah, that shows a lot of I think DC's they're getting better at sort of overall movement passing, and so yeah, totally. That's good to see that from Pines.
100%, 100%. Just having a quick. Well,
if that's the case,
that doesn't help. The team, the communication emails, that press release emails from DC United didn't actually show the second assist. It only showed the first assist. DCUnited.com/schedule.
Scored where? Yep. So that one I knew. Yep, this is it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah.
What wasn't the ball over the top to Estrada? Was it
over to Estrada, and then it goes over to Taxi.
Cool.
Not crazy.
Cool. I'll have to rewatch that then.
I was like, I am all my credibility is now down the drain.
I mean, you called him Jonathan.
Yeah, I did call him Jonathan. It's a long week. It's Friday.
I mean, I noticed that when you screenshotted your notes, and I was like, do I correct him?
Just let me go.
What other notes did you take then, which you got the names of players wrong?
Oh yeah. Let me see who else I got wrong. There's this guy called. Let me find him. Excuse me. Oh yeah. They had this guy called Alexandre Mato.
Tomato.
Alex T. Mato.
Alex T. Mato. No, Pato only getting a goal from a penalty in the MLS is fantastic.
Was it a penalty?
It was. Yep.
Depends on what it was given for.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to call that one.
I mean, I think I mentioned it the day after I watched the highlights and things. I've seen those given, but I've also seen them not given.
Yeah. It was pretty light.
When I watched the shorter highlights, the 4-minute ones, and it didn't look like a penalty.
Yeah.
Then I watched the 7.5-minute ones because they came out after, and they actually showed the VAR part of it. which the shorter highlights didn't. And apparently it was for a handball.
Okay.
When you watch the replay, you do see the ball hit Heinz Ike arm.
Okay.
So in that aspect, I can see why it was given then. So,
Yeah.
but then again, his arm, you could argue it wasn't in an unnatural position. So should it have been given? But again,
Where on the arm?
it's subjective.
Was it like here or was it like muscle?
It was down
That's handball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those ones where I've seen them not given because the arm was down by his side. So it was a tough one. But again, it's just one of those things.
That's such a weird stipulation, though. Like an unnatural position. Like if you
what
are
is unnatural
in motion and body parts are flying, and you've got momentum and whatnot, like that. Man,
should a
that's
handball
weird.
just be if it hits you? If it hits it, that's it.
It's either. He either has to be completely judged on, like a hand of God type of situation, or a clearly blatant, like you couldn't even argue, whether or not it was, but it has to be egregious, or it has to be the other end where, like, I think regardless of where your hand is, if your hand is at your side, if you are protecting yourself, whatever, if it hits your arm, that's a handball. So
you need
that's
to cut
a stupid
out the gray area.
Yeah.
So, anything else, Tom? No. Cool.
Romo was pretty good until that last when he let in those two kind of crappy goals. Obviously, I thought the rest of the game he was really good. I thought his reflexes were great.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, could have had a worse backup captain. So yeah, I was happy with it.
I mean, we're having to rely on him for the next 2 to 3 months because it has been reported today that Bill Hamid has undergone hand surgery, so he's going to be out for the next 2 to 3 months, which goes up until his kid is born. So he's got time off up until then.
Well, Romo's had a tough go of it. He's a talented guy, but I feel like a lot of the goals that get by him, it's just really unfortunate lapses, and that's just kind of the story of DC. And I hope he finds sort of a form where so that Hamid miracle energy, because that's just a huge thing. It's still something that needs to be addressed. I don't know if it's a tactics or sort of field level thing, or if it's just we don't have the players we need, or that needs to be kind of overhauled. I don't know. It's a weird situation with that back line.
Yeah, I feel like we need to drop the 3-back formation.
Yeah,
I think we need to go back to the 4-back formation because it just feels a little bit more solid.
Yeah, the first goal that we let in against Orlando, it was like all three of them, they were getting us in the counter. All three guys were backing up, and they were just like, all right, shoot.
Yeah.
Scored. Easy. And it was kind of just like, all right, well, what's the point of having 3 guys in the back if they're all going to just back up the whole time?
Yeah.
There's no one stepping up or anything. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a 4-back, maybe get a little bit of extra meat in the middle. That would be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Could like a kind of like a 4-3-3 situation work out? No, I mean we have 4-4-2. Yeah.
Just keep it classic.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking for Wayne Rooney is just 4-4-2.
I like the 4-2-3-1 personally.
You've been in America too long, mate.
Yeah, I've been on FIFA too much, mate.
Or Football Manager, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, coming up along the ticket down the bottom there, tonight's game. Just before we head on to that, if you are enjoying this episode, please subscribe. Please follow the podcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give it a like because it'll help the show out. Anyway, Philadelphia. up at Subaru Park. Kicking off at 7:30 tonight in Eastern Time, 12:30 a.m. my time. So we've still got an hour and 40 before we go kicking off. A few points to note on this one. Philadelphia have won 11 times in the last 15 meetings between the two sides. Only RSL have won more games against an opponent in that time, where they've won 12 times against Colorado. But their recent form, they've drawn 8 in the last 11.
I mean, I would do a lot for a draw. Losses.
They are the Nashville for this season.
Yeah.
They're kind of Leicester Citying it.
Yeah.
But they've not scored in their last 2 until tonight.
Gift for them, probably a corner.
Yeah, most likely. They currently have got 10 homegrowns in their squad. So they are very heavily focused on their youth academy, which shows in the fact that they've only got 1 DP, and that's it. There's no under-22 initiatives. Wow. There's no young DPs or anything. It's Mikael Ure, who's a forward, who scored 3 times. Andre Blake has played every single minute of this season so far, and he saved 81.4% of his shots.
I like him.
Yeah, almost 4% higher than any other keeper in the league. So he's a very good keeper.
He's the goalie for Jamaica, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure US is playing them. Like, not tonight. Definitely not tonight. They're playing them, I think, this weekend, maybe. I gotta double check. I can't remember.
I can't imagine there'll be any internationals this week.
I know. I don't know.
We've just recently had them. USA versus Jamaica.
Yeah, let's see. This week has been a blur. Play back in November.
That's the women's.
Oh, there we go.
The women's play today.
There we go.
Yeah, and they won 5-0.
Ooh.
Sophia Smith, Rose Lavelle, Christy Mewis, and Trinity Rodman.
Oh, and Trinity did too? Let's go.
Yeah. 86th minute.
Yeah, the women's team is still just like flawless. Still just crushing it every time they play.
Yeah. There's a reason why they're the world number 1.
Yeah. Right.
So our game against Philly tonight, we've obviously come back off that 5-3 victory away from home. Short turnaround time. Again on the roads, which we ended up I think we drove up the I-90. Is it the I-95?
Yeah, that's 95. Yep.
Yeah, up through Baltimore.
So what do we reckon? Do we continue the form? I'll get a head check from Daniel. Tom? Are we going to have a nod or a shake?
I'm going to just wipe the tear out my eye.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
I will be disappointed for a team that plays at home at Audi Stadium would go to a place called Subaru Park and lose. That just feels wrong. But in reality, probably gonna be a tough one. Let's call it a 1-1 tie. Yeah,
I'll take that.
1-1 tie.
Yeah,
why not? Taxi gets a goal, and then we'll do something stupid.
Yeah, fair. I'm not going to argue with that one.
That's me being positive. So
yeah, I can hear the positive enthusiasm pouring out of your veins right there.
Just so excited.
I'm scared to ask Daniel right now. Daniel, I've just seen Daniel's expression. Daniel, what do you think?
Yes, Philly is just too strong defensively, and credit to Claudia Pagan, who gave a good kind of pregame checkup on this. They're just so strong with Blake between the sticks, and then Kai Wagner, who is an absolute commander with that defensive line. He just wins tackles, and 55% win rate on duels. He's just a threat when it comes to getting in the box, and he's just going to be very strong there. I'm going to say in the midfield with Daniel Gazdag, he is always a threat, and that's scary when you have a midfielder who can score. I think Philly's just going to have too many weapons, especially with Yuri as well. I don't feel great. It depends, if we score. I don't see it happening, but I want to say my positive side is saying 2-0, but I think it would be closer to 3-0.
Your positive is a 2-0 defeat.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Can I just say they got beat by Chicago?
They did. That's true.
Yeah.
But this is away in Philly, and it's the trash part of Philly too. So
That's part of the country in my book.
Oh.
It's
Philly.
yeah. I just think this spells disaster for DC. So we'll see. I think Philly's very strong, just defensively speaking, and DC has just not shown enough wherewithal on the defensive side to hold back the weapons they have.
So, a couple of things. So, Philly tend to play a very narrow lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So, they tend to go a 4-3-1-2. It's not 4-4-2, but anyhow.
4-3-1-2.
4-3-1-2.
Jesus. All right.
I know, right?
Let's play the most boring soccer we could possibly ever play.
Yeah. But obviously it's working because they don't concede a lot of goals. So they are very tight in that defense. But we obviously tend to play with a bit of width so we can get down the wings on them. They are due to concede quite a lot of goals at some point this season because they've not conceded more than 2 at any point during the season. They've only conceded 2 once. And that was against the AFC. Like I said before, they've drawn 8 in their last 11. And they've not scored in their last 2. This could be a bit of a banana skin for them. Like we were against for Orlando, we were in the banana skin. This could be a start of their downfall because they got beat by Chicago. They drew against Columbus, who aren't particularly doing massively well as well.
Philly goes hard against DC, though.
They do, but they don't have Shabalko anymore.
True. Yeah,
he was a key player.
Yeah, he was.
He was their talisman against us. In my eyes, they've just sold Sergio Santos to Cincinnati. As of today, they got like $650,000 in GAM. Our lovely Garber books. Garber books. But if you want to know more about GAM and TAM, check out MLS 101. Just hit the YouTube channel. You'll find out all the videos there. Thank you, Daniel, for that. I'm going to be bold. That 5-3 winner's got my optimism way back.
Oh boy.
You ready for this? You ain't ready. You ain't ready for this jelly. 4-1.
4-1 for who?
That's
who?
bonkers.
All right.
Might be bonkers.
No, you can't.
I will Venmo you $5 if that happens. I will Venmo you $5 because
Taxi hat trick again. Back-to-back hat tricks. Come on.
6 goals in 2 games. That would be absurd.
Daniel's thinking, you are
right.
drunk.
Yeah,
I might be had too many. 4-1. 4-1. All right.
4-1. Why not?
I
wouldn't put a bet on it.
Philadelphia would literally have to throw their tactics out the window and be like, "Let's just go for it."
I think we'll come out strong again. I think we'll come out fighting again. I think if we can score and in the first 15 minutes, it's on.
All right.
DC's
If we don't score, then my ID's out the window.
Yeah, I just don't think they can build that kind of consistency, or like, just be that consistently, because even then it's the fact that like they still it was still a bit of a stinker defensively against Orlando.
Yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't say like it was a full on dominating win.
Well, no, we only had 26% possession.
True. It took kind of like a, last second goal from Big Nige to kind of make that seem like a bigger lead than it actually was. But that game was so close. And again, it is Orlando. It's the team's just too herky jerky for me. I just don't think they can show up like that again.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
If Rooney, if he comes out like Triple H at WrestleMania, coming back home, then of course, yes, that's gonna be a 12-1 victory, of course. Like, yes. But
let's not talk about WWE stuff.
No, yeah, true.
let's stay off that
road.
I'm missing something there.
We'll tell you.
Good.
Okay.
It's bad.
Oh dear.
But man, yeah, this is yeah. I just don't see that happening.
We shall see. We shall see. Like I said, I'm going to keep my fingers and toes crossed on my testicles. I think I've got Daniel there.
Well, good luck with that one.
Oh, right. So we've got one victory, we've got one draw, and we've got one defeat. So one of us is going to be right.
I'm back on my, Debbie Downer attitude.
Yes, you are.
It took half a season to do it, but I'm back there. I know I started this season real positive, like, yeah, I've got them. I got their back, but woof.
This feels like 2020 all over again.
Yeah.
5,000%.
Not saying that yet.
No.
I mean, when I said that about Edison, he did end up scoring that night. Now he didn't stay, but I was like, that was pretty amazing.
So who's not going to perform tonight? Who do we want to see more?
Who am I 5,000% over?
Skundrich?
Roberta.
Estrada. Romo. Yep.
Oh.
There it is. Clean sheet, or else I'm 5,000% done.
I mean,
you just predict a 3-0.
I'm gonna pray. Shall we get some fan questions answered?
Yes.
Yeah. So, as mentioned earlier on in the episode, the RFK was set ablaze. So, I mean, Elliot Smith over on Instagram is asking, what is your reaction to RFK Stadium almost being burnt down by fire this past week? Couldn't have happened soon enough.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad they actually stopped it. I think they should just let it keep going and just contain it within to the stadium, but just burn that place down.
Yeah.
Daniel? I've got needle in the hay now just because of that guy's name.
You'll have to
Elliot
explain
Smith,
that one.
the singer. Okay, anyways, I'm
Elliot
sorry.
Smith, the singer?
Do you not know who Elliot Smith is?
No.
Okay, fair enough. That's a story for another time. Boy.
I've known him since 5th grade, so I should know this joke if I have a chance.
Yeah, no kidding. To me, there's nothing more appropriate for that stadium, and I say that truly out of love. That place was everyone who spent any amount of time in that stadium knew it was a garbage pit, but it was our garbage pit, and we loved it for it. So honestly, like that's the best way. I hope the raccoons are okay. I hope they all made it. But truly, that's how I want to see that stadium to go. Just in a giant flame
Blaze
up,
of glory.
like blaze
I
of
think
glory.
I think they should do like a fan event where like you pay like
Mhm.
$50 and everyone goes in with sledgehammers, and
Yeah.
you got an hour just to hit it as much as you want.
Molotov cocktails as well.
Yeah, like do the whole thing. Bring your own weapons.
Oh God, no, maybe not.
Just
Please don't.
bring the sledgehammers, bring the jackhammers, everything.
Yeah,
That's
take a piece home. That's
yeah, exactly.
Oh dear. Right, moving on.
Burn a Red Bull effigy in the middle. That's yeah.
I like that.
You know what they should do? Just once it's gone, just build a giant Aleko Iskandarian statue of him drinking the Red Bull
in its
can.
place. In its place.
Yeah.
And it'll just stand. Yeah, I like it.
I mean, it will probably end up being an apartment.
No, it will be an apartment complex.
Yeah.
Literally, the only building that's happening in DC is apartment buildings. It's insane. Yep.
Money. Next question is from David in DC, member of DC UK. If you want to come and join us, head over to dcunitedkingdom.com/membership. Get in the chat, ready for the game tonight. So go and do what. Just the link is in the description. Go and click on it now. Go and fill the form in. I'll get you added into the group after the show. So go and do it now. What's really up with Bill Hamid? So as mentioned earlier on, he is out injured with a hand injury and has been for a little bit of time. And he ended up having surgery on it on June 30th. And it means he is ruled out for 2 to 3 months. He won't be back until most likely September at the earliest.
And stop me if I'm completely wrong. I thought at some point there was like a bit of a mental health issue thing going on with him.
That was back in early May, I think it was.
Really? I thought it was like last month. Okay, never mind.
No, he's definitely had that, and I think he's he's been had a run of injuries and a lot of time out.
He is like for a goalie, he is more injured than most goalies. I mean, he has, was this 2 seasons in a row, 3 seasons where he's had like a lengthy layoff in the middle of the season.
I think he's in a lot of seasons he's had some kind of layoff.
Yeah. Crazy.
Whether it's muscular or whether it's hand injury or whatever, he's definitely had some time off each season. So
Alex in Adelaide.
Hey, good morning, Alex.
Morning, Alex.
That's is the game being shown down under? That is the big question. Because it's being shown here in the UK on actual TV, which is amazing.
So what time are you going to be able to get to bed? Is that like 3 a.m? Is that about when the game will end for you?
So
nice is Friday.
Well, it's Friday, so it doesn't really matter.
But
it's
it'll be 7:30 East Coast time, so it'll be about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
So it's a half 12 kickoff for me.
Okay, yep.
So I'll be in bed about quarter to 3 in the morning.
Woohoo! That's man.
I love it.
Do not envy that, but
I love it. It's so much fun doing it. So much fun. A good question that came in over on Instagram, which was from Obi-Wan. Love the name. Obi-Wan three times, or 3x. So will DC United host trials for under 18s, 19s, and 23s? It's a really good question. I'm quite pleased about this one coming through. So basically, if you are a youth player who wants to go down the path of becoming a professional soccer player, and you want to do it with DC United, if you head over to dcunited.com/academy/recruitment, there's an application you can fill in. All the details are on there. and hopefully they will be able to see you, scout you, and hopefully have a trial with the team. So that's your best bet. Head over to, like I said, dcnight.com/academy/recruitment. I will actually, to this person here, DM you the link to it as well after the show, and see where you go from there. From when I looked on Obi-Wan's Instagram profile, is a local lad, so hopefully it'll be easily spotted. And
Nice.
fingers crossed, because I checked out a couple of clips and he looks pretty decent. Got a good finish on him.
Yeah.
Nice. We love that.
So fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens from there.
I have a little sidebar going back to early in the show about Wayne Rooney
Yeah.
that Goff came out with about an hour ago.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
He said, "What to know about Rooney / DC United?" As reported by the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
He and / agent are on good terms with DC United owners. They've been in talks as Wayne Rooney seeks a job after Derby, but he's exploring options currently. DC has said Ashton is in the job through 22. Search for permanent hire must follow MLS diversity protocol.
I mean, you couldn't get much more diverse than the Scouser.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so no Wayne Rooney coming in middle of the season.
Immediately.
Yeah. But hopefully we can survive, and hopefully he doesn't find a job for now.
For now.
Have
Have some time off, Wayne. You deserve it.
Yeah.
He did say that if you've seen his documentary, which I definitely recommend, that so since he started at Derby, he's actually completely sober now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. And he said that like working and footy, like that's sort of his like drug of choice now. Is like that's the thing that really helps him out with like not drinking and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he might just be like, I need to go work, you know. But hopefully he hangs on a bit and he wants to come coach here.
Let him do some media work for the time being.
Some pundit work.
Exactly. And then when it comes to next season, come and join us, because that'll be so good.
Yeah.
The only issue is this Frank could totally get fired by that.
Champions League football. Top 4.
Never. Like never ever.
You must dream of the top 4 again, Tom.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a bit. We were in Champions League the past 3-4 seasons. Arsenal hasn't been there since 2013.
Yeah, okay.
All I can say is Middlesbrough have never been there, so
Yeah, fair. Well,
top 7.
All my friends here are Arsenal fans, so I'm very used to the digs. We spend all day, like literally all day, and my roommate's an Arsenal fan. So he and I had this fun game where, and I kind of regret suggesting this idea right before the season ended, because now I've really screwed myself. We have like a clothing hanger, like hook, right next to the front door. And I thought of the idea that whoever is ahead in the Premier League table gets to have their team's jersey hung up. Now, I suggested this in middle of May. And so now this entire summer is this bloody Arsenal kit up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the new game we're doing. But we have a lot of good banter about it.
Fair. I mean, I think it's probably going to be hanging up for a little bit while longer.
Yeah. We'll see.
Because, Ronaldo will be off soon.
Yeah, he's going to Middlesbrough, I heard.
Yeah. Apparently, LAFC.
Oh my God.
That's not fishy. At this point, I don't really care. I'm just like, if he doesn't want to be here, he's going to leave.
Mate, no one else is going to win the league now. The fact that Erling Haaland's now at Man City.
Yeah, I mean, we're all just participating.
It's just wrong. Wrong. I mean, what a player he is. I can't wait to see him in the Premier League, but my God.
I like to watch that clip where Roy Keane absolutely destroys his dad. Have you ever seen that?
Oh,
Where
Yeah, I've seen it many times.
you've seen the foul where he just literally like studs up like middle of his path. Holland's dad does an entire flip. It's
Jeez.
brutal.
Yeah, and
I bet you've seen it, but I'll send it in the group later.
I'm gonna need a link to that for sure.
I mean, Roy Keane deliberately went out and did that. He wrote in his autobiography that it was done on purpose. Because when Roy Keane did his cruise shit, Haaland was there and he was screaming in Roy Keane's face to get up and to say that he's faking it. So,
silly.
I mean, shouting that you're faking it to causing a serious career-ending injury.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Roy Keane is a different breed.
Yeah.
So is Patrick Vieira. Like, there are just some guys that you don't get on the wrong side of because they will mess you up.
Yeah. So, shall we end it there, boys?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Let's go watch the game.
Let's go and watch the game. I would do guess DC Who, but Tom ruined it. It was Russell Knaus. But, hey ho. I mean, I had a whole thing lined up as well. And I was going to be like, this guy.
Do you want to do it? You can do it.
This guy's from Pennsylvania. Started off at the Red Bulls.
I was like, I know who it is.
I probably shouldn't have gone with that one. Started off at Red Bulls. If you didn't know that. Then he moved to Germany and played for 2 different sides in Germany before he made his transfer over to DC United, in which he's played 98 times, scoring 5 goals, and he's made 15 appearances for the US men's under-20s team.
I think it's the fact that you said he was a current player. That's what really.
And then he was like Philadelphia. I was like, oh, done.
Yeah.
And I'm not usually quick on these things, so I'm usually like, who?
Yeah. I'll know for next week. I'll remember for next week not to give it away too easily next. I could go for a player who's only made 1 appearance.
Please don't do that one.
That would
Those are the worst ones where it's like he played 3 games for DC United and then played in the Colombian Second League for 15 years. It's like, what? How am I supposed to guess that?
So you mean to say you don't want me to go with Kevin Ellis or Hakeem Ward or Trevor Pereira or Dane Kelly?
Oh, Lord.
You don't want me to go for any of those ones?
Yeah, no, please don't do that.
That's great.
I'm going to write this down just in case. And just yell them out randomly.
No, here's what you do. You go to James just pulls this from Wikipedia. There is a Wikipedia page of all-time DC United players, and all of them have seen a degree of playing time. So what you do is you can actually sort it by minutes played.
Daniel, have you been cheating?
We talked about this.
To his advantage.
No, we talked about this.
We did.
That's literally where he pulls it from.
I didn't know.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not a good listener.
So what did you say?
That's what I need to do.
Get yourself on Wiki.
That.
Yeah. Learn that list like the back of your hand.
Yep.
There's quite a few players on there.
My job's not important. I'll just spend my day doing that.
Work? What's work?
What is work?
No, it's great because you can sort it by nationality. You can sort it by playing time,
position,
year, position. Yeah, it's
literally
great.
All the columns you can sort it by. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. That wraps it up. So we'll go and watch the game in just over an hour's time. Fingers crossed we can get 3 points. That 4-1 win that I'm going for. Not Daniel's 3-0 defeat or Tom's 1-1 draw. But as always, Daniel, where can the good folks find you out there?
Yeah, find me on Twitter at Professor DCUK. Like I said, things have been like super, super crazy, so I haven't been incredibly active. But yeah, I think, once this summer's over, Adrian and I, we've settled in and all that, I should be back, into a pretty regular type of engagement there.
Indeed. And Thomas?
You guys can find me on Twitter at DCUK Unfiltered. Yeah, not a lot of my own tweets recently, but a lot of good little retweets and favorites just to let you know I'm still alive. Things get busy, but we're still talking about the game whenever we can, especially over at DC United Kingdom.
Absolutely. And as you just nicely mentioned there, do come and join us at DC UK. You'll just see the link come up on screen if you're watching dcunitedkingdom.com/membership. The link is in the description or the show notes. So just go over and click on that and fill the form in. It takes a matter of minutes, not long at all. Just fill in a few details. And if you're over on Twitter, we'll get you added into the chat group where all the chat, especially for the road games as well, it just is bonkers. So come and join us on there, and we shall see you there soon. But as always, if you want to follow me, it's at DC Night Kingdom on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DCUKFC, and that's pretty much it. So don't forget to subscribe and like to the podcast, as always. And well, until next time, it's a ye olde, Vamos United.
Vamos United.
Vamos United.